What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another transfer video now. Have we recovered from the weekend? I mean, Arsenal had, we thought the Manchester City game was bad. It got worse at the weekend as we were beaten 2-1 by Brighton. Of course, a terrible injury in that game to Bernd Leno. Reports coming out at the moment that Leno could be out for up to a year, as it looks as if he's done cruciate ligament damage in his knee. Terrible incident there. A Mope, the guy who pushed him and kind of caused the injury, then went on to score the winner. So, disaster of a game for Arsenal. But they're being linked with transfers. Somehow they're going to have to rebuild and try and get new players in. One player we're being linked with heavily today is Aston Villa centre-back Tyrone Mings. He's now an England international and he's being linked with a move to Arsenal now. He's 27 years of age. Quite a remarkable rise from non-league. He went to Ipswich, ended up at Bournemouth and then came to Aston Villa, ended up getting an England call-up. And he's having a very good season despite the fact Aston Villa are in big trouble in terms of relegation. They're in a real relegation battle. Now, it's believed if Aston Villa were relegated, they would accept around £30 million for Mings. The 27-year-old, very powerful. I saw him when Aston Villa played against Arsenal. He's dominant in the air, half decent on the ball, very powerful, very strong, big guy. And we are not the most physical of teams in that centre-back department. I think we do need a little bit more aggression. And Mings is being linked with a move to the club. Personally, he wouldn't be at the top of my list, but definitely somebody who would be on that list. Young, well, not that young, but 27, still plenty of years for a centre-back, and very strong. And Arsenal are looking at him. Now, the next transfer stories are who is going to replace Bernd Leno. Now, it's believed Arsenal are looking at short-term replacements. We've only got Martinez in goal with Matt Macey as backup, and maybe the club don't feel Matt Macey is quite ready to be the number 2 at the club. So we're being linked with 2 goalkeepers who I don't think will excite Arsenal fans very much. 2 former Manchester City goalkeepers. Now, the first one is Joe Hart, former England number 1, former Manchester City goalkeeper. He's now 2nd or 3rd choice at Burnley, so, not the most exciting. He's out of contract on the 30th of June. And Arsenal are being linked with him on a potentially short-term deal till the end of the season, with a view to seeing what happens next season. So Joe Hart is out of contract at the end of this month. And, for me, not a great option. But under these circumstances, you're not going to find a top-quality goalkeeper probably who is going to be out of contract. Because why would a top goalkeeper be out of contract? So they're going to be short-term bit-part players at other clubs. Experience, I don't know how good he is now. The fact Burnley are willing to let him go out of contract and doesn't say a lot about him. Pep Guardiola, of course, dismissed him quickly when he came into Manchester City. So I'm sure Joe Hart will not create much excitement amongst the Arsenal fans. The second goalkeeper, another former Manchester City goalkeeper, is Claudio Bravo. Again, doesn't fill me with enthusiasm. I don't particularly rate Bravo. Manchester City's number 2, again, is out of contract at the end of this month. Although it is believed Manchester City may extend that until the end of the season to get through. But again, he is out of contract. He is being linked with Arsenal. Arteta, of course, worked with Bravo at Manchester City. And we're being linked with these 2 guys. So let me know what you think. Number 1, would Tyrone Mings be a good signing for you? As I say, it would be on a list of maybe 4 or 5 centre-backs for me. He wouldn't be at the top, but he would be on that list. £30 million if Villa get relegated, I don't think is a bad price. And Joe Hart and Claudio Bravo. Now, automatically, every Arsenal fan will say, no, I don't want Joe Hart, I don't want Bravo. They're both pretty bad. And, I wouldn't be interested in them. But if they are looking for a short-term fix, it's not going to be a top-quality goalkeeper. It's going to be somebody who is out of contract at another club and therefore is probably not that great. Out of the 2, who would you pick? That's what I'm kind of asking, which one's worse? Take the other one, Personally, I don't know. I really don't rate Bravo at all. But then I suppose at least he's second choice at Manchester City, you know. Joe Hart is second or third choice at Burnley, so it doesn't say a great deal about him. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll be back with more live watch-alongs for the games this week. Of course, we've got Southampton away on Thursday, Sheffield United away on Sunday. Look out for the preview, look out for the watch-along. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be back later in the week. Bless.